Hey guys, this is DJDelta0's, and right now I am transcribing the most recent song that came out on My Little Pony, which is I'll Fly. And as you can see here, I have already started transcribing it for a little bit, but I have decided to record myself transcribing this song, or at least part of it, so that you guys can see the process that I use when transcribing music. I said many months ago that I would do some sort of tutorial or whatever on how to transcribe. So yeah, finally I am getting around to it, and yeah, here we go. So let's see, I've only done the first few measures. I've only gotten, which is like the first 15 seconds or so, and yeah, I think I'll just play what I have so far. Alright, and so yeah, the first opening bit is pretty much done. I think I'm okay with this, and here I just have the melody. And that's usually how I start it. I always start with the highest voice, the melody, and then I fill in the harmony, or the left hand down here. And then from there I will usually edit it so that it's a little more playable, or so it sounds better on piano. Just so you can hear, I think I'm gonna play the original song along with the melody, starting from here, because this YouTube video kind of cuts off the beginning part, just so that you guys can hear how well or how not well it matches up with the original song. Let's see.
When life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. But life made me tankier, and my choice has long been made.
So yep, that's there. I think now I'm gonna start filling in the left hand. And from what I heard just now, I think this part is the exact same as the beginning. Let's listen.
When life gives
Yep,
you lemons,
same so far.
you can make lemonade. But life made me tankier, and my choice has long been made.
Yep, okay. So the harmony, aka the left hand, is exactly the same. How I figured that out was basically just really focusing on the lower bass.
When life gives you lemons.
So thankfully this is a pretty good quality video, so you can hear all the different parts pretty well. So what you want to do is listen very carefully to the bottom line and try to ignore everything else, which is difficult for any part except for the singing part, the melody, because obviously the singing is the most prominent part. Let's see. We're just gonna do some copy paste here. I might change this later just to give it a little more variety. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah. Well, first off, as you can see, this thing has 5 flats in it. It's D flat major. The alternative would have been C sharp major, same thing, but that is 7 sharps. And I personally think that C sharp major is easier because you just move everything up by half step. But there have been some songs that I've transcribed in the past that I put in C sharp major, and people started complaining to me and saying, no, it should be D flat major. You know, D flat major is better. So this is D flat major. I mean, either way, both of them are difficult keys to read, so yeah, can't be helped. So the way I figured out it was D flat major is, again, because I have perfect pitch. I can just listen to it and be like, ah, there it is. But for those who don't have perfect pitch, the beginning is cut off. What you want to do in order to figure out the key, a little trick that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work, is that with a lot of songs, they always end on the tonic, meaning the one chord, the key of the whole song, assuming that the piece does not change to a different key. So we're going to skip ahead to the end here, and we're just going to listen to how the song ends.
I'll keep the weather warm for you, and the winter will never stop.
Alright, so this is the end. So this last chord right here, that last chord was a D flat major chord. Here it is again, this one. So yeah, what you want to do is listen to this last chord, and then if you got a piano or something, whether a real one or something like Sibelius, you can just play a random note and see if it matches up to this thing. So yeah, basically you keep listening to this last chord over and over and over again, and keep playing random notes on your piano to see which note matches up. So after some trial and error, you will figure out that it is C sharp or D flat, whatever you want to call it. And because it is a major, the key is major, it's a happy-ish song, then you want to fill up the rest of the scale from there. So if our bass is C sharp or D flat, then it is either C sharp major or D flat major. I'm gonna quit this. Hang on. So yeah. Now now that we have our bass, oh yeah, before I continue, this trick, listening to the final chord, does not always work, because sometimes it'll end on a different chord. It will not end on the tonic chord or one chord. It might end on a 5 chord, which is the dominant, or something else. It might go to a different key, in which case it'll only help you figure out the last bit of the song, and so on. For this one, because it starts off on the tonic as well, it starts off on a D flat major chord. You could also listen to that. You could also listen to the beginning and start playing random notes. But in general, pieces will end on the tonic more often than they will start on it. But again, it depends. It really depends. So yeah. From there, as I said, this piece starts on the tonic and ends on the tonic. So you can just figure that out. As I said before, I have perfect pitch. It only helps me, start it, but it is, it is, what am I trying to say? It's good for figuring out the beginning note, but everything else beyond that can easily be done with relative pitch. And relative pitch is being able to figure out the distance between two notes. If you know what the first one is, then if you play a second note, you know the distance from that, and then you can figure out what that other note is. So yeah, once you have figured it out, the beginning note, you can go on from there. So like for example, so the first note in that short line right there was a D flat. Again, just play a random note to like trial and error to figure it out. But from there, if you have perfect pitch, you'll be able to figure out that first it went up a fourth meaning well, 3 notes up, but the distance is called a fourth. So this is a fourth. So yeah, if you have relative pitch, you'll know that she went up from this D flat up to this G flat, or up a fourth, and then there's a descending line. just by step, like that. So again, this line is that shouldn't be played twice because that's a tie, but anyway, like that. So yeah, if you have relative pitch, figuring out a melody once you've figured out the first note is pretty easy.
You can make lemonade.
So once again, she starts off on a D flat and then only goes up and down by steps. So this one is a little bit easier to figure out because all the notes are right next to each other. Like that. And for my transcription, I think this E flat is a bit short, so we're going to add another E flat and tie it over like that. Let's see how that sounds. This note is also a bit short. So there we go. So as you may have heard, it's accurate, but it sounds a little bit boring. I might want to change this. I don't want to have these chords just repeating over and over again, even though that's literally what goes on in the whole piece. Let's see. Let's listen again.
When life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. But life gave me...
Unfortunately, in this one, there is not much going on in terms of the backing instruments.
You can make lemonade.
Maybe I could add emphasis here, where the drums came in. I don't know. Let's listen to it again. I'm just going to try something. Let's see if we get rid of this. Okay, let's see how this sounds. No. The reason why I did that just now is because the bass part was sounding pretty heavy to me. Like it was starting to kind of take over the top line. So I was thinking that maybe removing the bottom would have made it sound better, but unfortunately, no, because now it's really hard to distinguish between this chord and this chord. Let me listen to it one more time. I'm sorry I'm repeating stuff and doing the same things over and over again, but that's what I do a lot of when transcribing, just listening to things over and over again, trying to perfect them, and yeah. Okay, I think that's about it as far as putting in notes. Now I'm going to try and listen again for percussion, because in the middle of this section here I heard some drums going on, so maybe I can add accents, this thing here, accents to them to give the feel of drums. Let's see.
Lemons, you can make lemonade.
Okay. This part there were drums, but the rest of it has a lot of emphasis on the downbeat. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can really feel the downbeat. I think. Let me try this, adding accents to every other eighth note. Let's listen. See, already it sounds a lot better, I think. Because before, when we didn't have these accents, it's kind of, these chords repeating were just going on and on and on, and it wasn't that exciting. But now that we have these accents on the downbeats, it really drives the piece forward. So let's listen again. Now a listening to that right here just now, you see the chords just keep going on and on. We have no idea where we are in terms of rhythm. We've kind of lost the sense of rhythm, the beat, the downbeat. So I think this is better. I'm sure there are going to be people who are watching this who are thinking, nah, I like this one better, but I'm going to do this. For the beginning part, I don't think it's quite as necessary because we have a lot going on in the top part to make it, to make it less monotonous. But let's listen again. Alright, something like that. Let's see how this sounds then. Actually, it does sound better with the accents, I think. Okay, let's add that. Save the file. Oh, I haven't saved yet. Shit. Let's see, what was this called? I'll fly, right? There we go. Okay. Okay, I think that's all right. I think we can move on, finally. Sorry for staying on this for so long. Something that a lot of people have told me over the past several months, past several years, is that they can't reach an octave on a piano. So like this chord here is impossible for them. So what I always say is to remove one of the notes, either the highest note or the lowest note. Just ignore it completely. I think in this case, well, in this case, either one would be okay. You can remove whatever you want. I personally would not want to remove the bottom note, because if you have this bottom note gone here, then this chord and this chord are too similar to each other. Also, the original song, the bass line moves from a D flat and jumps down to a G flat, not jumping up to a G flat. And jumping down to the G flat gives it a really powerful bass sound. Really supports the whole piece. So I think the lowest G flat is really important, and then you'll want to add the D flat on top here. So that it's more interesting, and from there you can ignore the top G flat if you cannot reach an octave. So yeah, things like that. Basically, when removing notes because you can't play them, think about which notes are the most important, which ones you have to keep in order to make the whole piece still sound like the original. Okay, so what I'm going to do quickly, right before we move on, is to listen to this whole thing at the same time as the original song. Let's go.
When life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. But life gave me tank here, and my choice has long been made. No winter will come.
Alright, I think that sounds okay. There was this part here. I want to extend this note. Alright, like that. And we'll add that. Okay. Alright, next section, we are going to figure out the melody first. So basically Rainbow Dash is singing. Whoops. Let's see.
No winter will come to Ponyville.
Alright, that starts on a D flat. Did it start on the downbeat or the offbeat?
No.
Offbeat. Okay. There we go. Let's listen to it again. Hang on.
No winter will come to.
The problem with a lot of of these My Little Pony songs, wait, that's G flat, is that the melody does not go on the downbeats. As you can see here, we have a lot of notes starting on a lot of phrases starting on the offbeat. So basically, we're not starting on one; we're starting on the and of one right here. So this first note was from the original, from the opening section. Rainbow Dash's singing starts here, and it's on the offbeat. And then this note also on the offbeat, and this is tied, and then this is the offbeat again. And here, same thing. We start on the offbeat and offbeat. We end on the offbeat. Basically, the point is that it makes it really hard to figure out the rhythm in all this. So yeah, like just now I had difficulty even just getting these notes because they're on the offbeat, and trying to count and figure them out at the same time is a little bit difficult for me. All right, let's try again. Rainbow Dash is splashing in a puddle. Let's go. So after this, we go down like that, and I believe this note was tied over. Let's try again. No winter will come to Ponyville. Okay, I have no idea how long that note was held. The last one. No winter will come to Ponyville. Okay, I think this last E flat, the one that's highlighted, was held for 3/8 notes. So we got to extend that here. Go to something like that, I think. Let's try again. Winter will come to Ponyville. Okay, yeah, the rhythm of this is okay. I'm not sure about the positioning though. Then we got 2 D flats following. Let's see. So, no winter will come to Ponyville. Okay. Now we're going to back up a little bit and then listen to what we have so far along with the original. Choice has long been made. No winter will come to Ponyville. Oh, there you go. Alright, so as you can hear, our melody thankfully matches up with the original song. So we can continue. Let's see. I'll do it on my own, Ponyville. I'll do it on my Once again, we start on the offbeat. The next phrase starts on, that is a weird phrase. We start on the offbeat. So, and I believe it was a B flat right there. I'm going through this pretty fast because, for me, just by listening to the note, I already know what it is. But for those with relative pitch, this might be a little bit difficult. I'm not sure because this song is going so fast. So what you might want to do, and what actually I do sometimes that helps me, is listening to this at half speed. And the good thing is that when YouTube videos do not lower the pitch of videos when you go at half speed. So yeah, it sounds pretty weird. But if you notice, the pitches that she's singing are the exact same. They're not lowered or whatever. They're just, the duration is just extended for a bit. So let's listen again. Okay. The point of that just now is when the song is going slower, it is a lot easier to hear the individual notes and then to figure out how many steps up or down you're going. So yeah, listening to stuff at half speed or whatever is extremely helpful. Okay, so we have this. We're on here now. No winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. That's what it was. Yep. I'll do it on my own. we had this, right?
I will keep you by my own. I will
Okay, then we start here again on the offbeat. I believe we started on the B flat, then we went up like this.
I will keep you by my side, so I will not.
Okay, now we have, if we listen very carefully,
Side, so I will keep you by
sorry, here.
I will keep you by my side, so
After she says I will keep, this part, starting from keep, all the notes are on the offbeat. So we're going to tie this. We got this F, E, right?
keep you by my side.
And the offbeat quarter notes continue. Let's see.
So I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone. I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone.
Okay, again, once we get here, we got a whole bunch of quarter notes, but starting on the offbeat. Let's try again.
I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone. On my own.
Let's listen again.
I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone. And I'll fly until.
Alright, so let's see. Let's just listen to, starting from here, I think. Again, sorry.
No,
we're a bit late.
winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone.
Alright. We're good on that. So let's listen to what we've gotten so far, and then, well, actually before we do that, let's extend some notes so that they don't sound as weird. Okay, so I took a little break just now, and now I'm back. So I'm going to continue this thing. So where are we? So we've finally figured out the whole melody for this second phrase, and now we are going to go and figure out the harmony, the left hand. And it's a little bit different from the opening section, which is nice. So let's listen to it.
This has long been made. No winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. I will keep you by my
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Just figure that first portion. Yeah, something that is pretty helpful. Don't try to figure out too much in one go. So, for example, like just now, we were going, phrase by phrase for the melody. We figured out this portion of the melody, then we figured out this portion, and this portion, and sometimes we just figured out like half of a phrase. So we'd figure out this, then this, especially down here because this is a bit longer. So we're going to do the same thing with the harmony. Let's listen again.
No winter will come to Ponyville. Winter will
I need to figure out the first chord first.
no winter. No winter.
Alright, that is a B flat minor chord. Let's listen. Yep. Okay.
Will come to
Then I believe it just goes like. This is only a rough idea. Whoops. Yeah. This is a flat, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, this is flat. C flat. Okay, now you're probably thinking, why is this going to be a C flat? Because C flat is the exact same thing as B natural, and wouldn't this, a B natural, look better than a C flat? As you can hear, both of these are the exact same note. The reason for that is because we have an ascending line here. It's going up. We start off on a B flat minor chord, and then we end on our D flat major again, back to the tonic chord. In order to emphasize the fact that we're going up, we need to use notes that are literally going up by step. So, for example, let's say we were to just do this. So we got B flats, then we got B naturals, and then we got D flats. It looks like we're staying on the same note. We obviously are not, but it looks like we're staying on the same note. Furthermore, just by looking at this, you cannot tell if we're from here, from this B flat chord to B natural chord. We can't immediately see that we're going up or down. We have to, think about what this note is and what that note is, and say, oh, okay, this is a B flat and this is a B natural, therefore we're going up. On the other hand, if we have this, we can clearly see we're going up. We can clearly see we're going from this note up to this note. Just quickly scanning it. The other thing is that it makes this going from this portion to this portion a lot nicer, because if we revert back to our B natural, it looks like we're making this huge jump up. Okay, well, not that huge, but we're making a skip up. We're going up a third, but in reality, we're only going up by a pretty small increment. We're only going up by a major second. Whoops. What? There we go. So, yeah, just basically the whole thing looks a lot nicer. And there's also a music theory reason why you would use a C flat instead of B natural, but anyway, that doesn't really matter here. So anyway, I'm keeping this C flat. It might look weird, but it actually makes the whole line look nicer. So let's see. So this is just a rough draft. I'm not going to keep this exact harmony. I'm probably going to change a little bit later on, especially because we got these two D flats, the exact same note, playing here. Let's try listening further and figure out the rest of it.
Ponyville, I'll do them to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. I will keep you by my side, so I will not be
Okay, I have a general idea on how it's supposed to go.
True will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own.
Oops. So we got more of our little B flats going here. Then we switch into here. Let's see here. Yep, okay.
I'll do it on my own. I will keep you.
There's a little guitar riff there just now that sounded pretty cool in the middle here. Maybe we want to change this E flat into whatever that guitar was playing, if we can figure that out. Let's see.
To Ponyville, I'll do it on my own.
Alright, we started on the end of 2 on a G flat, and then I think we went down something like that. Let's listen again. This guitar part is a little bit hard to hear. It's sort of in the background, but if you listen carefully, you can figure out this sort of stuff. Let's see.
To Ponyville, I'll do it on my own.
We might have done something like, whoops, like this? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's a bit hard to hear that note. Maybe I'll just leave like this. We got a little bit of the guitar riff going. That's good enough. Sounds okay. It might sound better once we fix all this.
I will keep on my own.
The bass also does something, but it's a bit hard to hear.
My own. My own. I will keep you by my side, so I will keep you on. I will keep you by my.
Alright, so we started off on a C flat, I believe, and then we head into here. Let's try. Let's see. Right? I'm not sure. Hang on.
Keep you by.
Yeah. We definitely start here. It's just this B flat. Let's get rid of this portion so that we can hear our B flat a bit better.
I will keep you by my side, so I.
Okay, then we switch down. Then we go down to a B flat minor. Let's try again. These faces. Alright.
Keep you by my side, so I will not by my side.
Alright, so we need to figure out exactly where we went to the B flat.
I will keep you by my side.
I think we went on the downbeat. One more time.
I will keep you by my.
Yeah, downbeat. Okay. Extend this. And then I believe we went down to an A flat, like that. Let me listen one more time.
You by my side, so I will not be alone. And I'll fly.
Yeah, that's how it went, I believe. Let me listen to this one more time. Alright, I think the harmonies are okay, or at least match up. But what we're going to do right now, very quickly, is first to listen to the song at the same time and double check that everything we have is okay. Next, after that, I'm going to edit this bottom part so that it's not so boring and it sounds better. And then I think we're going to stop the video. So yeah, let's see.
Made me tank here, and my choice has long been made. No winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone.
Okay. That goes on. Again, it's going to be edited later because it does some stuff.
And I'll fly.
Rainbow Dash is a goose. So let me think.
My choice has long been made. No winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own. I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone.
Okay, I think what I'm gonna do just is to get rid of all the top notes and move them down to here. So instead of octave, we got this perfect fifth going on. Oops, that should be flat. This does not need to be flat. Oh, I mean, it needs to be flat. It's just that it's already the key signature. So we don't need to mark that. So let's try it. Right, let's listen to this first portion. Okay. This is just our working idea for now. Let's listen. Alright, I'm going to listen to this portion again. I'm trying to figure out that rest of the guitar portion. The note itself is too hard to hear. I'm just making up something here. So yeah, this might be wrong, but yeah, let's see if this sounds okay. This doesn't. But I don't think a C flat works very well though. Let's see. Yeah, forget it. Forget it. Just leave that there. Yeah, if you wanna add some sort of note here. If you want to add something that you think sounds good, or if you can actually figure out what that was, then go ahead. I don't feel like doing it. I'm too lazy. Yeah. Let's see. Last part, I think the last thing we're going to do, add the accents. Like this. There we go. Like that. Alright, now let's see how this sounds. Let's take a listen. Alright, I think this is a good working portion. Alright, I'm gonna stop the video here, but before I do, let's listen to the whole thing one more time. Just to get an idea. Just to get an idea on where we're going.
When life
sorry.
gives you lemons. When life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. But life gave me tank here, and my choice has long been made. No winter will come to Ponyville. I'll do it on my own.
Alright, so yeah, that is about all I have to show you. The rest of the transcribing process is going to be literally the exact same thing. Figuring out the melody, figuring out the harmony, editing some stuff, and moving on. That's how I do it. Obviously, it is not the only way to transcribe. There are many other methods. Also, what I have here, my transcription here, it's not the only right answer. You know, you can clearly add or change a few things that I have here, if you wanted, if you think that something else sounds better. So yeah. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. I'm so sorry that it took so long to make this, and also it took so long to explain everything that I was doing. again, I'm a very very slow explainer, or rather I try to go into a lot of detail on everything, which usually makes me over-explain everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the final product of this whole transcription, and I will see you whenever another Season 5 song comes up, or another fan song is heavily requested, and so on. So yeah, see you later, everyone.
And I'll fly.